very basic business skills, just knowing how to do those things. Those are things that can set you over the edge, and understanding how it applies to what you do. Because, a lot of times these things are not as separate as people like to think. Obviously, they're not like hand in hand, but the reality is you can make business work with just about any field of study, I think, if you just understand what role everything has in it. Like, I think business has like a very significant role in theology. I mean, if we were going to look at like various things from Catholic social teaching all the way up to like just how to run a business in a Catholic environment. But going on beyond that, there's a lot of specific details that go hand in hand. And so, there's some things that us business majors, we don't do so well that other majors do a lot better than us. And it would be great to, if we could all like really come together and get that whole understanding and combine it to make like in a sense, a perfect unit. And, I think SIBC does provide that opportunity quite well. And obviously, I'm pushing this a little bit here, but I do think that there's like a really great opportunity for people outside of business to really bring those skills that they already have.
Well, I can definitely attest to that because, as we've said many times, I am outside of business. However, if you're ever wondering, if you're a psychology major, when will statistics come in? This would be a good time to put it into practice, because psychology is a lot of reading and analyzing statistics, and a lot of the projects that come up with SIBC do revolve around that. So, there are a lot of opportunities at SIBC and other majors.
And you guys bring up some good points. Whether you're a nurse or an engineer studying psychology or theology, there are certain skills that are helpful to have in those careers, but also your personal life, right? So accounting, budgeting. Last semester we had students go and give a presentation to individuals, some children in the community, about how to write a budget, balancing, checks in your checking account. So those are skills that carry over into other fields as well. So not only can you learn some about those skills while you're in SIBC working on these projects, but you're also getting to meet others that are specifically majoring in it too. So you're building up that network, your network of Benedictine college students. I know it's easy to get siloed and have friends within your major because you're all going to classes together anyway, which is great. I encourage that. I'm still really close with some of my friends from when I was a college student. But you're building up and you're expanding your network by becoming part of SIBC. And it's not just BC students you're building up with, but you're getting to meet professors. I know you two, for example, with your project, you've reached out to and interviewed a number of professors at Benedictine. My marketing team, they're meeting with the marketing professor. My accounting teams, that are working for various accounting firms, are meeting with accounting professors. So you're meeting with those professors outside of class. And then it goes beyond that too, right? So my students, we have each year with SIBC, we have two kind of joint events, IPE and BISIDE each year, where Notre Dame, the University of San Diego, and Benedictine College, we collaborate. Students research a topic, and then they give presentations, and they present to the other schools that are also part of that panel. And then they present to alumni. So typically alumni will come back and watch these presentations. And our benefactors, our very generous benefactors, Frank Potenziani and M&T Trust, are at that presentation too. So it's a chance for students to meet all of them as well. So they're networking with students at other schools, with benefactors, with alumni, and even the skills that you get from some of that. It's not just, accounting and finance, but those presentation skills. The teams, the New Zealand team presented in New Zealand, my Mexico team presented there, took students to Belize where they did a formal presentation, both to entrepreneurs in the community in Banque Belize, but also at the local high school. So building those presentation skills, again, whether you're an engineer or nurse, you may have a company meeting or even a weekly meeting at some point. So being comfortable getting up and speaking in front of others and knowing how to convey various concepts can be really helpful.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think just one final thing that I want to touch on, because I think it kind of ties this all together. So the motto of SIBC is peace through commerce. Can you touch on what you think that means, like for like as a whole? Like, how does it apply to everyone? What's a great way to really bring that together?
Part of Frank Potenziani's vision when he was forming these councils was to further that vision of peace through commerce. And it's amazing how you can build these ties through business. As you go out and you do business in various organizations, various countries, maybe even domestically, you get to know other people. And sometimes that helps to break down some of those cultural barriers. So just by doing, even if the business relationship itself is focused on finance or accounting, getting to know people can help facilitate that piece. Or we have others that are focused where the project itself is more about peace. For example, we have Water with Blessings, where our students tonight, they're actually doing a fundraiser on campus for Oktoberfest. They're doing a cornhole tournament to raise money. The money from that, and when they go to parishes and do mobile cause campaigns, goes to an organization called Water with Blessings. They didn't then take water filters over to third world countries, places like Haiti, even some domestically are sent domestically to provide clean water for communities. And then those people that receive the water filters are actually required to agree to share that filter with other individuals in their communities so that children and families can have clean water and be healthy. So some of the projects, the project itself is actually centered around peace and bringing people together. But even the ones focused on, something like finance or accounting, just that camaraderie can help, tear down some of those barriers. Tongue twister there.
Yeah, that's, I think I couldn't have said that better myself. Dr. Rogers, thanks so much for joining us today. I think this has been a great conversation. I'm really excited for this video to get out to other people to really hear about SIBC. I mean, obviously, I think both, like all of us, we're very passionate about it. And I think the more people that hear about it, the more people that get involved will not regret it. They will really enjoy their time with it and really get a lot of great experiences out of it. And so, once again, thanks so much for joining us today. Pleasure having you.
Hey, thanks, Thomas and Ian. Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a wrap.
All right.